In this video, I'm going to show you a Bugatti turbo that I'm working on. This car has 4 of these turbos. I think 2 of them had problems, and the main issue is that you no longer get a replacement turbo for this Bugatti. And so I'm going to give you some ideas on how I'm going to try and fix this, and I'll show you what it looks like on the inside. This is a dual ball bearing turbo, so I thought that was pretty neat. Here's the turbo taken apart. There's the turbine shaft, compressor wheel. I think the compressor wheel is around 36 millimeter. The turbine I think is around 42-ish. And here's the ball bearing cage. There's one of the ball bearings. What's interesting about this turbo is the compressor housing is 2 pieces. The first piece right there in the center, and the second piece is the outer cover, and it's held together by a screw. Here's the screw that holds the 2 pieces together. If you research our RHB5, the serial number there, you'll see that there are plenty of turbos available for this RHB5, but it's not the same thing as this turbo. It's very similar, and I think it may even bolt on the Bugatti and as a replacement, but I think the turbos are larger than what's shown here. Now the RHB5 also came off of a Isuzu Trooper turbo vehicle, which I don't know is even available in the United States or not, but this is just based on what I was searching online. So here's the bearing housing. It's got coolant and oil. Like I was saying, there's 4 of these, so if we were to upgrade that, that's going to make 4 times the difference. So my idea of repairing this and making it so there's parts readily available to be able to fix this would be to do something similar that I did with this BMW N63 turbo. I can take this ball bearing adapter plate, machine it down to fit inside the compressor housing so that we can mount a GT2554R ball bearing turbo inside this compressor housing. We would also machine out the compressor housing for the bigger compressor wheel, which would now be 42 millimeter, which each turbo I think is good for 350 horsepower or around that range. So it would give the car 1200 horsepower capability over the factory 650 horsepower. Here's what the ball bearing plate looks like installed. Like I was saying, I think the Isuzu Trooper turbo may bolt directly on as a replacement to this Bugatti turbo, and all 4 of them are identical based on the pictures that I saw. So I'll keep you updated on what I'm going to do as far as fixing this Bugatti turbo. This is from the older model. The newer cars, I think some of them make like over 1,000 horsepower anyway, so I don't know exactly what turbo is on those. This one is from one of the earlier models, so the guy told me this is a ES 110 or something along those lines. I'm not really that familiar with that car because it's just kind of something very rare, but I'm glad to have the opportunity to try and find something to be able to fix this turbo so I can show you guys the content.